to the insurance segment. You will agree with me that today is a very special day, even as we talk about the celebration of our Muslim brothers and sisters. And so we are here also to share in that joy of the celebration. With me in the studio today, I'd like to introduce Pastor Datimi Ojokojo. Pastor, you're welcome, sir.
Yeah, good morning, sir, and good morning, viewers. It's nice to be here.
Yes, I think it's important that we also talk about our quote. And our quote says, prevention is better than cure. Insurance is a solid mechanism to support you. Pastor Datimi Ojokojo.
Yeah, we know risk is real, and the best thing you can do when you take an insurance is when the unexpected happens, you are placed back in the position where you were before it occurred. So insurance will provide that support. We may not prevent certain things, though you can limit it by doing certain things, but insurance will always be there to bring restoration, good support.
Yes, the reason why we are saying this is when issues really come up, it's at that time some of us remember that we don't have insurance. We are trying to say out here that it should be a duty on your part to ensure that there is a cover for virtually everything that you think needs to be, so that you will not put your hands in the mouth to say, I wish I know. We are still talking about motor insurance, and since a lot of us are on holidays, it will afford us the opportunity to talk about this, understand, and even ask questions, as it were. We talked about the position that before the inception of any motor insurance policy, there is what is called the proposal form. And the proposal form is a list of questionnaires the insurance company expects to get from you to enable them form the opinion whether to accept the risk or not, and also to understand the class of insurance you want to take to cover your vehicle. It's on the basis of this that a risk is assessed and charged in terms of wanting to know the premium. And then what we are trying to do out here is to see what the questions in that proposal form look like. Because a lot of people come to say that the questions there are not properly understood, whether they are written in Latin or French, they don't really understand. But we are saying out here that the questions we have enumerated so far relates to the simple English that we have, and which is the basis of our communication in this great country called Nigeria. And so, for the benefit of those who have not been part of this program because of work, school, or whatever, I think this is a great opportunity for you to key in to understand. We have said in motor insurance there are three forms of cover. The forms of cover relate to the third-party insurance, the third-party fire and theft, and the comprehensive insurance. It is not a position like a lot of people assume that when you talk about motor insurance, you are talking about third-party insurance. And when you mention third-party fire and theft or comprehensive insurance, some people are trying to say, what do you mean by this? We have not heard of it before. Now, another point we want you to really understand is that when you want any form of insurance, you should ask questions as much as possible. Is this all that you think there is in this class of insurance? So that people can also learn from the position of knowing what these things really cover. Now, we want to see how we can talk about some other questions that are asked in the proposal form to know how the insurance companies arrive at their reasoning. Now, this question we want to talk about relates to the ownership of the vehicle.
Yeah.
There's a question there to say, are you the sole owner of the vehicle? Pastor Datimi Ojokojo, what does that relate to?
It matters that before the policy is finalized, the ownership question must be clearly stated, because we want to know who will benefit if there's a loss, who has the interest, whose interest is involved, and most times it's who purchased it, whose name is on the registration of that vehicle. Very important.
Thank you for being with us again on the insurance segment. We're talking about motor insurance, and it is better that we have a full understanding of what motor insurance relates to, because that is one of the commonest we'll find in the insurance circle. And so an understanding will also relate to asking so many questions on the part of those who own vehicle. For those who don't even own vehicle, you can also be of good support to those who own vehicle by telling them what you also know by the position of what we speak out here. Now, the issue relating to purchase of vehicle translates that there is a purchase receipt, especially for those who want to insure on third-party fire and theft or on comprehensive. In the case of third-party, you are not required to show evidence of the value of the vehicle. And in some cases, we still have some level of argument here and there. Somebody might need to buy bought a vehicle for 8 million and will say, give me insurance for 4 million. Pastor Datimo Jokocho, how do we relate to all such?
You know, it's very important that like we've said here before, the value of the vehicle, you know, you must state it clearly. What value are we looking at? You just bought a vehicle, you want to underinsure it. There are penalties, and it's not even the best practice. There are penalties for underinsuring your vehicle, and at the end of the day, you will suffer for it. So when you have a purchase receipt, a genuine insurer or an insurer will not look at that purchase receipt and tell you, okay, we can do it for half of it. That's wrong advice. We recommend when you purchase a vehicle, except by depreciation, you know, it's allowed, because there's wear and tear when these vehicles are being used. A vehicle bought today, by the time you drive it for 1 year, it has lost value. Yeah. So accept that. But at initial purchase, you know, the market value is what you should insure for. That is recommended. Okay,
we're talking about ownership of vehicle. Yeah. At this level, there's also a question like, are the vehicle being purchased under hire purchase agreement?
Yes.
What is the implication of this?
The implication is that if a vehicle under hire purchased is accidented, we must consider the interest of, you know, the arrangement. Who is a joint owner at the time of loss? Because hire purchase simply means you've not finished paying for that vehicle. You are still paying. You are still indebted to the supplier. Yeah. So we must consider the interest. The financier, thank you. We must consider the interest, you know, because definitely if the vehicle is no longer available, they may want to press. Maybe you are not meeting up in case it's a commercial vehicle. You're not able to meet up on your payments. So when we are settling the claim, it's important we know from the onset if there is another party involved in that transaction. Okay, we quickly will deviate a little from the issue of the motor insurance we are talking about, based on the news that was just read, that there was a fire outbreak at Uwelu Spare Part Market. Pastor Datimo Jokojo, I guess a lot of people out there in the Uwelu Spare Part Market will have had a fire insurance cover. Possibly. And this is also an opportunity out here for those who have policies at that end. Yeah. If there's any challenge, please reach us in the insurance segment to see what support we can give to you, because the value of your having an insurance is just this time now that the incident is insured for has occurred. And so there's no gainsaying. If you are entitled to a claim, you should get that claim. Yeah. And we can say in very strong terms here, we are ready to give support to that position of those who want to claim
under that policy. Pastor, that means just a last word.
Yeah, you know, seeing the fire incidents, it's very touching. Though by experience, we've come to know that so many people are not insured. And when something like this happens, everybody is saying, oh, I'm interested in insurance. It doesn't cost much.
Okay.
So I think I recommend that we...
And then that we sympathize with those persons now who are crying.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for watching. God bless you and have a wonderful day.